A family was frozen to death in the hot summer after examining a girl. The man found that her skin was soft. She did not freeze to death, but died from the sudden heavy snowfall. People died immediately after coming into contact with the snow. All electronic devices lost power. Only those who were indoors survived. That day, several people were playing cards when suddenly the power went out, and everyone's cell phones shut down, and panicked and ran downstairs. She told her husband Charlie what she saw out the window. The neighbor had collapsed on the road. Charlie looked out the window. He thought it was a heart attack. Just as he was about to go out to help, there was a sudden loud bang outside. A car had collided. The driver's arm was hanging out the window, already unconscious. Then they saw heavy snow falling outside, but it was summer with a temperature of 48 degrees. Just as they were feeling puzzled, an old man said, "The news recently reported that a power plant caught fire. These snow-like particles might be asbestos." Annie immediately stopped her husband, believing that the neighbor had been poisoned by inhaling asbestos, so she advised Charlie not to go out. They finally realized the severity of the situation, and Charlie directed everyone to seal the leaky areas. While they were working, the old man sensed something was wrong. He grabbed his clothes and put them on to leave through the door. A friend tried to stop him, but he pushed the friend aside because he wanted to find his child. But as soon as he stepped out of the room, an accident occurred. Several people saw the old man walk out onto the road and collapse immediately. They didn't know what to do. That night, Luke saw something through the window.
Hey, Ben, give me a...
The window of Charlie's neighbor across the street was lit up. Then the neighbor pulled back the curtains. Luke raised his arm to warn the neighbor not to open the window, but the neighbor couldn't hear him. So Charlie held up a lantern and waved it in front of the window to warn the neighbor. But the neighbor thought Charlie had something to say and opened the window directly. In an instant, the neighbor collapsed on the window and stopped breathing. Then his wife came over to check and also collapsed by the window, motionless. This made Luke uneasy. His wife would get up early every day to go running, so he had to remind her before dawn. Charlie suggested making a set of protective clothing, but there were no materials to make protective gear. They could only put a waterproof jacket on Luke, put bags on his feet, seal the cuffs with duct tape, and finally put a mask on Luke. This mask had been lying in the warehouse for years, and Charlie had never used it. He only hoped the mask could resist asbestos. After taking precautions, Luke went outside and found himself unharmed. The mask and clothing truly worked. When he stepped onto the ground, he realized it wasn't asbestos but snow. Upon seeing the bodies of his deceased friends, he observed a moment of silence, then bid farewell to his friends upstairs. Along the way, he saw numerous bodies. The entire city resembled the desolation of a post-apocalyptic world.